Hey guys, and welcome back to Tech Genie. Today we're bringing you a review of the TriggerTrap Mobile Dongle. So without any further ado, let's get straight into this video. Okay, so before I actually get into a massive amount of detail about this, I do want to say a massive thank you to the TriggerTrap team for sending out this awesome device review on this channel. And if you guys are interested in purchasing one, I will leave the links down below to their website so you can go and buy one straight away. Now there is a little feature on their website where you can search for what camera model you've got to find out whether it's compatible with your device. Now I wouldn't worry too much there because usually there's a massive range of cameras, so it is very compatible with a lot of cameras. But let's get straight into this review and I will talk to you in detail about a few more features. So the first thing we notice when we get this device is it's in a very small little box. When you take the little front cover thing off the box, you see in a little polystyrene box you have two separate wires. Now the first one has a sort of black box at the bottom of it with the TriggerTrap logo on it, and then the other one is a kind of coiled wire that kind of stretches and allows you to extend it so you can use it at a distance. Now basically what this does is one end of the TriggerTrap has got a headphone jack, just 3.5mm headphone jack, and you can plug that into your phone, your iPad. It doesn't have to be iOS, it can be Android, so whatever device you have you can plug it in, go into the App Store or the Play Store and download TriggerTrap app. Now the other end will plug into the intervalometer side of your camera. There's a little picture on most cameras that just has a kind of intervalometer type sign. You'll know what you're looking for. There's only a few things, and then plug that into your camera and then you're basically ready to go. So that's a very simple piece of equipment that we've got here, but it's incredibly powerful for what it is. Now I'm going to talk to you mainly about what goes on in the app, because that's mostly the user interface that you use with this device. That's basically what it looks like. It's a very small device, very easy to carry around with you, and the way we use it, we just carry it around in that little box. It's very portable and very easy and quick to set up and use. It usually takes about 1 minute to set up and then you're time-lapsing away immediately, and a very good user interface. So when you download the app, you're greeted with a very nice welcome screen telling you how to set up your TriggerTrap device. Now before you plug it into your phone and the camera, you need to have your phone on maximum volume for this to work. Now sometimes we have had in the past it comes up in the app saying too low volume, whereas the headphone volume has actually been at the highest, but the app has still worked fine. So I'm not sure whether that's the app just not recognising fast enough that it's on the highest volume, but it still works fine. As long as you've got your volume on maximum, it'll work fine. Just remember when you put your headphones in for music, you turn it down, otherwise you'll blow your head off. So now what I'm going to talk to you about is a few of the features you can get within the TriggerTrap app. The first one being the time-lapse feature. Most cameras that you buy nowadays still don't come with a time-lapse intervalometer based within them in the software. Now this basically allows you to plug it into your phone and then into the camera, and you can set the interval that you want to take photos at. So we're going to put some examples up on the screen now of different time lapses we've taken. And basically what you can do is just say I want a 5-second difference between each shot, and it'll just rotate through that, and it'll give you a little counter at the bottom right of the screen of your phone. It'll tell you how many photos you've taken, and the bottom left will tell you how long you've taken. Now if you want to know how many seconds of time lapse this is, most people do their videos at 24 frames per second, so you just multiply that up until you get however many photos you've taken, and that'll tell you how many seconds of footage you've got. Now there are a few other features that I'm just going to quickly go through, one of them being time warp mode. I'm going to try and show you an example of this as well, but the idea is basically if you can imagine taking a time lapse of a clock hand going around a clock, you can change it so it can go start slowly and then eventually speed up, and it's just adjusted by this little graph, very intuitive to use. And in the bottom right you can press the little clock sign and that goes around and gives you a small little animation of what your time lapse would actually look like. This could prove like some nice effective shots and kind of allows for a lot more imagination there. Now that's basically mainly stuff that you would use most often. There are thousands more different features within the app, but if you want me to go into any more detail, just leave a comment down below. We'll either do another video or we'll be using it all summer on our Blog Brothers channel, so if you haven't subscribed over there, make sure you do. We'll be doing a lot more stuff with this over there because it's a very awesome device, and I do recommend this to anybody who was thinking of getting into some sort of photography. And actually for the price, I would definitely recommend it. You can buy very expensive intervalometers for about 100 and something pounds, which usually do not much more than what this does. And this is a very nice user interface, not very daunting if you're just getting into photography. You just get your phone out, plug it in, and you're ready to go. Okay, so there is one final thing I'd like to mention about the app. Now the app, when you open it, is a very, very nice user interface. You're not daunted by the app, it's not very hard to get to learn really quickly, and if you are worried, there is a very nice helpful screen at the beginning that tells you how to get used to it, but it's very intuitive on how to do it. Now there is one problem we have encountered with this. I'm not sure whether this is the app or our specific TriggerTrap device, but I'm pretty sure it's not a massive problem. Basically what happens is whenever you unplug your TriggerTrap from the camera, it ends up taking another photo, which isn't a major big deal. You can just delete that photo, Or alternatively, what will happen is you'll plug it in, you'll raise your volume up to max, and then you'll start the trigger trap going. It'll take 3 photos or something, and then just stop for no apparent reason. But then if you just want to fix that, just quit the app and reopen it again, and it just works fine from there. So there's nothing really majorly wrong with this. I would say if anybody was thinking of getting into time-lapse photography, I would definitely recommend this device. And I want to say thank you again to the TriggerTrap team for sending this out. It's been really helpful. We really enjoyed reviewing it, and I will leave their links down below in the description. But I will see you next week, guys, for another video. In the meantime, live long and prosper.